The KITT National Observatory Visitor Center is a nonprofit through its parent organization, AURA, the Association of Universities for Research in Astronomy. The National Observatory is located southwest of Tucson on land of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
The gas giant planet Saturn is one of the most popular objects for guests to view in our evening programs on KITT. It is easily visible to the naked eye, but of course the best view is through a telescope. It is a definite must-see object when it is available in the sky. Many guests seeing it for the first time comment that it looks too real, or like a photo or a sticker inside the telescope. Saturn is the second largest planet in our solar system, and the only one with bright visible rings, so it is easily recognizable for beginners, yet still exciting for veteran stargazers. Saturn is mostly composed of hydrogen, with clouds of ammonia that reflect sunlight. Its rings are accumulations of icy debris, on average only as big as your fist, which all orbit Saturn just like tiny moons. The rings change appearance over time, which will be discussed in depth in a separate video. Saturn has 82 currently known moons, of which the largest is Titan. Titan usually appears as the brightest point of light near Saturn. It is the second largest moon in our solar system, even larger than the planet Mercury, and it is the only moon with an atmosphere. Saturn has been visited by 4 spacecraft so far. Pioneer 11 was the first to fly by in 1979, followed by Voyagers 1 and 2 in 1980 and 81 respectively. Most recently was the Cassini mission, which orbited Saturn from 2004 to 2017. You've most likely seen images from this very successful mission detailing the rings, the moons, and the clouds of Saturn. While ground-based telescopes can't approach the kind of detail we get from these spacecraft, there are still quite a few things that we can look for. First, the bright portion of the rings is divided in two by the Cassini division, which looks like a thin black line on the rings. It is not empty space, but rather much less dense than the bright part we can see. The rings cast shadows on Saturn, and vice versa. This gives it a 3D appearance unlike some of the other planets. Next, there are typically about 5 moons we can see. Titan, of course, but also Rhea, Tethys, Dione, and Iapetus appear as faint pinpricks surrounding Saturn. Saturn itself usually looks pretty plain, but you can sometimes make out subtle variations of color across its face, or even a bright storm that pops up from time to time. You may also notice that Saturn looks a little squashed, since it is not perfectly spherical. Opposition is the brightest and closest that a planet gets for the year, and when it is visible all night long. Saturn reaches opposition in summer for the next few years, moving a couple weeks later each year. It is a standard object to view in our nightly observing program and dark sky discovery program from about a month before opposition to about 5 months after. Whether you're seeing Saturn for the first time or the 1000th time, it is always a delight. We hope you can enjoy this special experience on KITT sometime soon.
The KITT Visitor Center brings the science of astronomy to the public through exhibits, daytime tours, and nighttime observing programs. This mission is funded solely by your patronage and generous donations, and we thank you for your continued support. See us online at visitkittpeak.org.